Well, winter sports are fast approaching, and that means the student athletes at Kean University will soon be hitting the hardwood again. Their head coach, Mandy Kean, is entering her 13th season at the helm. We're excited to have her on this morning to talk about the upcoming season. Mandy, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me today, and I can't wait to share with you more about our great young women.
This is our pleasure. So, talk to me about how you first got into basketball and how it led you on a path towards Kean University.
Sure. I loved sports growing up. Three-sport athlete, but basketball was my passion. Not only the sport, but the people who play it. And I had Division I aspirations, and then my senior year, I ended up having I tore my ACL, my MCL, my medial meniscus, and I ended up being going to a Division III school, the University of Southern Maine, and have spent just about the next 30 years in Division III coaching after playing. But the Division III experience was incredible. Got a chance to go to the Sweet 16 three times and advance to the Final Four and lose the national championship game my senior year. And it was an incredible ride. And I've tried to, as moving into coaching, I've tried to emulate that experience and those values. And it's been a very fulfilling career. But yeah, the best thing that happened was after playing, I ended up getting a graduate assistant position at the College of New Jersey. So that was how I was introduced into the NJAC. And we won the conference championship, went to the Elite Eight, and then eventually ended up being a head coach at Washington and Lee University for 9 years, and then thankfully got the position at Kean opened up, and I thank God every day for it. So it's a very special place.
Now, I've toured that place a couple of times, and I have to say that your facilities and all the upgrades that have been done to it over the years make you guys look like a Division I school. You guys play your home games at Harwood Arena. How enjoyable is playing at that venue, and what's the atmosphere like during home games?
It's incredible. I think, our players, they make basketball look like the best game on earth. And I think, everybody wants to be part of something bigger than themselves. And our crowds, they play off of the passion and the energy, and they really are very respectful of how much our players love each other and how they put their body and soul on the line for Kean basketball. And it gives us an advantage to play in front of it. And, I think even just walking into the building on game day, the other sports teams will hype you up, and, they really embraced our program. And, I think we're able to play with our whole heart every single night because we give a lot of energy to them, and then they give it back to us. And we've had some awesome moments through the years.
And speaking of the players, who are some of your key players going into this season, and how different does the roster look from last year?
Sure. I think everything's going to start and flow through our senior our fifth year player, Brittany Graff, and captain. Our best players in our program have been the ones that have been here for 4 and 5 years, and there isn't a situation that she hasn't been through. And her heart and her motor will determine where we will go. This group has done just about everything except for win an NJAC tournament championship, and so that's the ultimate goal. But Britt knows that we've got to really focus on the process first, and try to enjoy the moment every day. The other person that's going to be very important for us is Riley Aarons. She's a sophomore, and we've compared her to Brianna Stewart, so she's going to have a great season. And coming off that Liberty Championship last night, I think we're pretty fired up about who's going to be our core. And then one person you haven't really heard a lot about is Madison Vaughn. She's a senior for us, and she's been playing behind some great centers, but it's time for her it's now her time, and I think she's going to have a breakout season. So we've got a great returning core group that understands what it takes to be successful in the NJAC. And then I think we're going to combine it with some great new talent and continue to build on the legacy that is Kean women's basketball.
And with that talent, which teams are you looking forward to playing this season?
Oh, I think we look forward to playing all of them. Our non-conference schedule is so tough. It really is built to break us down so that we can break through and get to that next level. And so we look forward to those challenges. talk to me 2 weeks into the season, because usually we've been broken down pretty well, and I'm regretting the decision about the scheduling. But it exposes us early. We really find out who we are and then where we want to go from there. And then I think because our non-conference schedule has been so tough, we're ready for NJAC play, and I think that's why we've been able to win a regular season championship, and finish the top three over the last. I think it's been over the last 5 years.
And I looked at the schedule and I saw that the D3 Music City Classic takes place at the end of December. Can you talk about how that tournament works?
Sure, we're so excited. Every year we try to go to a tournament, either one that's close by, or one that's a bigger trip like this one to Nashville. And then this is just we'll play two teams in Nashville, but we'll have a couple days around those two games, and to be able to have a little fun in the city, do some great team bonding. And I think those trips always make us closer. And we talk a lot about sisterhood and being able to trust our circle, and these trips enhance the student experience. And I think it continues to help us build trusting relationships and high standards. And and I think it's our chemistry. I know everybody talks about culture, but I think we build an environment where everybody can do their best work and perform under pressure. And these trips really set the tone for that.
And lastly, Mandy, I asked this question to every Kean coach I've interviewed. I probably sound like a broken record at this point, but you teach them to be better athletes while they're in their uniforms. How do you teach them to be better people in the real world?
Sure. I think for us, it's always about building the character first, whether we're on the court or off the court. We don't ever believe that you're going to be able to outperform your character. So we talk about, how important it is that they respect each other as people first, and then as a player second. And then if you're that character is what is going to drive the process, is going to drive the behaviors, and then ultimately drive the results. But for us, it's not just about winning championships. It's about building a sisterhood that you can depend on for life. And because, you want a group of young women, or a group of women that you're going to be able to celebrate your great achievements with, but also be able to celebrate, academically. And then also, when things get hard, which they ultimately will, you've got a bunch of women that will have your back for life. And so, I think for us, character is going to drive everything that we do on and off the court. And that's how we live. We say it's our family versus their team. And that's what we try to do every day.
Sage advice and a great answer. Mandy, best of luck this season, and a big thanks for coming on this morning.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Our pleasure. Head over to ONNJ.com for the latest news and sports anytime.